We're facing an economic crisis of historic proportions. And at this defining moment in our nation's history, the old ways of thinking and the old ways of acting just won't do. We cannot and will not simply bail out Wall Street without helping the millions of innocent homeowners who are struggling to stay in their homes. The American people are losing right now. They're losing their jobs, they're losing their health care, they're losing their homes, they're losing their savings.
There is no doubt that Americans today are suffering from an economic recession. President Barack Obama has stated that this is the worst crisis that America has seen since the Great Depression. Our message to the new president is to not make the same economic mistakes as the previous regime of former President George W. Bush. Without question, the biggest mistake of the Bush administration has been the $700 billion Wall Street bailout. While this stimulus package may be able to provide temporary relief for the economy, it will only serve to hurt us in the future. The problems of today cannot be solved by the problems of tomorrow. As more and more bailouts approach Washington, more and more pressure is put on the president to approve these plans. However, we cannot simply continue to print more money, cause more inflation, and create more problems. The new administration needs to see that while the American public wants immediate relief, the administration's responsibility to America is to provide an economic plan that will bring about long-term economic prosperity.
With the federal government running out of money to fund programs and projects, it won't be long before state governments also start to run out of money. For example, California is expected to run out of money and deplete its funds later this January. Infrastructure upgrades and public works projects will be put on halt until more funds are allocated and the budget deficit is decreased. To get a better view of how the current situation affects the public, we decided to interview some experts who each have their own opinion on how to solve this financial crisis.
So the $700 billion bailout would probably be better used on public service projects such as a mass transportation, public transportation for the cities.
That way, things get done out here in the community and then people will have jobs. To try to stimulate the economy. Get people working, people work, they spend, they can borrow.
The government should pass out more stimulus packages or bailouts in terms for the bigger companies, but rather set a program and a system to actually have a better check and balance system to make sure that they're managing their budgets more
Split in half, there was $350 billion that already went to financial institutions. The other $350 billion that Obama is going to set forward, a lot of it is going to education. The bailout's got, I think, something like $25 billion that's going to go to states, and then there's also some of the funding that's going to go to Title I. He's increasing the money there. There's the school infrastructure money that's part of the bailout. So he believes that needs to flow out to the states and to the education. So I think some of it is.
For the bailout packages, to a certain extent, there's only so much bailout can do unless we do something to change our system, to change the program.
My problem with bailouts is unless you have a focus into what you want them to do with the money.
Companies are distributing their funds and budgets. Any more bailout wouldn't even work if they don't do any kind of changes like that.
Well, the thing about it is the government's the only game in town right now, so they may have to. I mean, there's nothing else that's going to stimulate the economy out there. So it probably is going to be. I think if Obama has his way, you're probably still going to have that because he believes that education is the way out. I truly believe it is too. And if you can't get the workforce that's going to be educated, how are you going to get out of this? You can't. That's the biggest thing. That'll get you out of depressions. That'll get you out of recession. If there's confidence in your president, in your leadership, and the economy, it's going to get better. A lot of it's perception. If they can't perceive it's going to get better, then it won't.
Our advice to the new president of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama, is to save the economy of America. The economy is weak, and the future looks grim for Americans today. However, we believe that President Barack Obama, with the use of critical thinking, dedication, and good economic policies, can bring back the economic prosperity experienced during the 1990s. If Barack Obama can say no to the hundreds of Wall Street bailouts, provide relief for the middle-class citizens of America, and reduce our multi-trillion-dollar debts, then he will be able to slowly pull us out of this economic recession. The people of America demand less unemployment, less inflation, and more resources. With our advice, we hope that Barack Obama can give America a better tomorrow.